Hi, I'm Don from Don Hairport, and I'm going to show you today how to best cut your hair whilst you're at home. Now you're going to need some equipment. So we're going to start off, pair of clippers, pair of scissors, and a comb. Now when you do buy a pair of clippers, if you haven't bought them already, do try and make sure that they come with attachments, either 8 or 4. The attachments are labelled from 1 to 8 or 1 to 4, 8 being the longest, 1 being the shortest. These attachments are quite important and they determine the length of the hair. We're going to start off by using the clippers and how to attach the attachments to the hair clipper. So here's the hair clipper here. Here you have the clipper head and the attachment. This attachment slides on, others may clip on. Ensure that they're attached safely, securely, and by that I mean when you have a look at the clipper head and you push the attachment down, it's flush to the top of the clipper head. It's not overhanging like that, it's pushed down flush. Also, when you choose a clipper, try and choose a clipper that has a lever either to the side or like this one, it'll be at the bottom there. This lever moves the bottom blade up to the top blade like so. So now that you attached your clipper blade, or you know how to attach your clipper blade to the clipper head, you need to decide the length of the hair. So you may know from your hairdresser or your barber which number you normally have. Today we're going to use a number, we're going to start with a number 3. So attach the number 3 to the head of the clipper. And now, the clipper head, the attachment, should be flush to the scalp, like so. Not like that, not like that, like that. Once you've got that, practice that, keeping that there. Now what you can do is you turn your clipper on. Now you always go against the way the hair is growing. Go against the hair growth. Very important. So sides and back, normally they grow down. So we're going to just come up from bottom up. Now what I want you to do is angle out from about 2 centimeters above your hairline from where your ear is. So from 2 centimeters above there, I want you to use the number 3 and try and get a straight line around the head, coming around on the other side. Try and get it again 2 centimeters so it's matching the opposite side. So number 3, up and out, up and out, and try and fade it out if you can. So now that you've done your number 3 around the head, I want you to attach the attachment labeled number 4. Once you've attached the number 4, I want you to go again another 2 centimeters above from where your number 3 finished. So number 4, up again and angle out, about a couple of centimeters further up. Once you've gone all the way around the head, I then want you to add attachment number 5. And again, there shouldn't now be too much hair to take off with a number 5. And I want you to use exactly the same technique as you did with the number 3 and the number 4. You're going to go up a little bit higher now. And I don't want you to go too high, but I want you to go straight up with a number 5. If you imagine from the side of the head, there's a line going straight up. I want you to follow that line. So straight up the line. Now I want you to continue that through the side, through the back, and on the opposite side. Now we're going to start to blend from the 3 to the 4 to the 5. So by blending, this is where the lever comes in. So I want you to use the lever to push it all the way down, and that creates a half. You can see from the bottom plate and the top plate, it's now going to leave it in a down position. That is now a half. Attach your number 3. We're going to do exactly the same thing as we did previously. And now we're going to go from the number 3, which was should be about the 2 centimeter mark above the top of the hairline of the ear. And again, we're going to have 2.5, where the 3 and the 4 meet, we're going to use a 3.5. Again, follow it all around the hair. Once you've done that, then I want you to take your number 3 off attachment, and I want you to use your 4 attachment. And from there, where the 4 and the 5 met, I want you now to use a 4.5 and blend from the 4 into the 5. Use all around the head. Once you've done that, you've now should be finished the back and sides. Now, if you are feeling brave, we can use a technique called scissors over comb. This, if you do have any hard lines left over on the sides and the back of the hair, you can use this technique to smooth over those lines. So just to demonstrate, this comb is on the scalp around the hair, and it's just coming up straight up like that. Now you're going to use this action, so the scissor will be over the comb, and obviously someone will be doing it for you, and that's what you're going to do. Just cut off any hair that's coming through the comb, and you only cut minimal amounts, tiny amounts at a time. You could always take more off later. So use small amounts, scissors over comb, and use the straight up technique. Right, so now you've done the sides and back as best as you could. We now get on to trimming around the ears and the hairline at the back. So I want you to get your clippers again, take off the attachment, make sure that lever now is pushed right back up so the bottom plate is almost touching the top of the top plate. So that's your half and that's right up. So ensure it's in that position right up the top. Now to do the edges, you're going to use the corner of the clipper. So you're only going to use that area of the clipper. And you're going to use that clipper head. You don't go too high. Again, you can always take more off. Use the corner of the clipper just to angle it out. Push your ear down with your finger and just go right round the ear. Now you use the whole flat head of the clipper again to put a line in around the back of the hair of the neckline. Again, same on the other side. Use the corner of the clipper, go along the hairline, not too high. You can always take more off. Finger pushes the ear down the side, flatten the clipper head along the neckline. And you can also do that around the back of the hair, at the back of the neck here. Be careful not to go too high, not to go into the hairline. On some hair types, on most hair types, you can see the hairline being a higher shade than the actual neck or the scalp. So be careful not to go into the hairline. Hopefully now you've got the back and sides covered. Looking good and ready to move on to the top. This is where it gets really interesting. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the top and blend in the sides to the top. So now you're going to grab your scissors, grab your comb, and we're going to go on to the top. So to start with, I want you to grab your first section on the front in the middle channel here. 2 side channels and your middle channel. So grab your middle channel and I want you to lift up the hair 90 degrees from the scalp. When you've looked at the hair, decided how much hair you want to take off, cut a straight line across. Now, pick up that same piece of hair, that same section, and work your way backwards through the hair using that first cut as your guide. If you can't see the guide, make your section thinner until you can see your guide from the very first cut. Cut again, straight line across. Now that you've worked your way from the front all the way to the back, what I want you to do now is take up your right channel. Now you'll see from the middle section where your guide is. So if I lift up this hair and it doesn't get caught on the net, you can see there where my guide is. So lift up any hair that comes up from that middle section, and you can't really see it, there you go. And you're going to cut across there. Cut along so it matches, so it meets the middle section. Work your way from the front all the way to the back on your right channel. Once you've done your right channel, then you work on your left channel or your right channel, as you may see it. So again, bring the hair up, starting off at the front, lift the hair, using the middle channel as your guide, cut straight across. So you'll get to the point where all the hair that you lift up will be the same length. Once you've done that, we're then going to work on blending the top to the sides. Okay, now that you've cut the top, we're going to blend the top to the sides. So now I want you to take a section starting from the front, and you're going to get from the top piece of the side bit that you've cut. You may need to go quite close to the scalp, and I want you to cut straight up, so you're basically taking the corner off that separates the top to the sides. Work your way around the sides and through the back. At that point, you should now have a haircut that is shorter, balanced, and looks good. On short hair, you can also use, to blend the top and the sides, you can use the technique that we used earlier, the scissors over comb technique. When using the scissors over comb, just go straight until there is no more hair that comes off. Always, again, take off a little at a time. Good luck. Thanks for watching. I hope you get the look that you wanted. It won't be too much longer until you can go and see your barbers or your hairdressers. Stay safe and see you soon.